Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of Wake Up Legendary. Let me move my mic a little bit here. My name is Matt. If you don't know me already, you probably will figure out who I am soon at some point during your journey in the 15-day challenge. If you are here live with us, why don't you do two things. Hit the thumbs up, like button if you can hear me okay. And then also, if you let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from, I always love to see that there's people from all over the world who are tuning in and joining us. If you're here via replay, you can join us live and never miss an episode. All you got to do is text the letters WUL to 813-296-8553. You should really make this a point to show up every single Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern to these shows. You'll hear just little inspirational stories, powerful stories from people just like you who are working hard on their business, getting to work, and actually earning, setting things up, setting up a real business, starting to drive leads, starting to drive sales, or some of them have done 6 figures or more. So you're going to get actual interviews, and we've been doing these interviews for 2 years now, and it's every single day somebody new with a powerful story. Today, it happens to be a guest named Maria. How's it going?
Great.
Glad you're here. Where are you from?
From Wisconsin.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. Cold up there. Really cold.
Yeah, it was cold last week, but now it was like yesterday it was like in the 50s. So I
Ooh.
mean, it might be cold to people in Florida, but it was nice to us because we got outside and did some
Yeah.
outside work. So it was
No, that's
great.
great. I grew up in the Midwest, and I know, I was gonna say, we had days in South Dakota where it was like, if we got a day in the 40s, it was like, whoa, like,
Yeah.
hey, maybe I don't need
Yeah.
my winter coat today.
I know. It was nice. Got the
I'm a
dogs
little
up.
spoiled now, though. I live in Phoenix,
Oh,
and
nice. Yeah.
it's like it's gonna be 80 today. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I'm pumped that you're here. And we titled this uh Grandma gets
Yeah.
a million views on Pinterest, or has a million views on Pinterest. I think that's in a 30-day
Yeah.
window, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you do for just like work. You have a 9 to 5 too. And
Um,
tell us
okay.
about your journey of coming online.
Yeah, so I do have a 9 to 5, and I work full time as a senior systems analyst for a university in Wisconsin, of course, University of Wisconsin. And I just basically, I mean, I do like my day job because I use my analyst skills, and I design processes on how we can better do things at work. So I'm trying to, it's kind of similar to affiliate marketing because I'm helping them with their pain points of, things that are not working correctly or we could make better, because I'm all about making things a little bit more efficient at my day job. So with my journey with affiliate marketing, it actually it goes along with the pandemic because I was actually on vacation, and I got a call and said that we were not going to be coming back to work. I mean, I was still going to be working, but we were not going to be working in the office any longer. We're going to be working
Yeah.
from home.
Wow.
So they said as soon as I got home from vacation, I started working from home. So I'm still working from home. And I
Wow.
mean, so what happened was like I I've been working from home,
Huh.
and then I think it was July or something, they started talking about us coming back to the office. And they were saying, well, we're going to come back to the office 50% by July, 100% by September. And I was like, oh, I don't want to come back to work in the office. I like working from home because I actually work about an hour or so away from my job in Madison. And so that was quite a, I would really like sleeping in in the morning because
Yeah.
usually I have to get up really early. And then, so when they were talking about coming back to work, I'm like, oh, I still was thinking, I was still gonna like still work at my job. I'm probably like less than 5 years away from retiring, and
Okay.
so I think I'm just gonna stick it out to the end because
Sure.
if I get so many years, and I with the university and the state of Wisconsin, I get like a decent retirement package
Yep.
or benefits. So I'm like 3 years away from that, having like 30 years with
Cool.
working. Haven't been working in the same job, so I've been kind of jumping around to different departments. But so then I just was
Sure.
thinking about, I'm like, oh, I want to look and see what I can, do online, because I was
Yeah.
thinking, well, I don't want to, if I have to go back to work, maybe it'll be just for a short time. Maybe I can shorten my, like my husband wants me to work 10 more years, he said. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to work that long. I keep
Yeah.
telling him, no, I'm going to be retiring when I can retire. I have that in my mind. I want to retire when I can retire.
Yeah.
So, I would like to like retire him first. But so yeah,
Yeah.
so then I started looking at I started looking at TikTok. I signed up for TikTok, I probably in the summer. And then I started seeing all these videos of people making money online. I'm like, well, that's interesting. And I just watch a lot. Like I'm an analyst, so it took me a long time to sign up. I don't know why $7 was so expensive to me, but I don't know why I just didn't. $7 when I tell myself like, oh, I wish I would have just signed up right away in August. I mean, it's just $7. I spent a lot of money for training for like I sign up for races and stuff like running and have Ironman and stuff. And I've spent a lot more money on that than I spent
Yeah.
for a course. And
Sure.
and I didn't know if that was gonna work out. So because if I didn't make it through the swim part, I'm for sure wasn't gonna I would have wasted $600 or whatever. So
Isn't
I
that
just
funny?
yeah. So then I just kind of still like looked around, and then it was about May or June of last year that I actually decided to take the plunge and sign up for the 15-day challenge. I was
Cool.
like, yeah. But yeah, then as I got going along, I'm like, why did I wait so long? I was like,
Totally.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
So
it's I don't know, maybe procrastinate and probably not
yeah, I do a lot of
procrastination.
procrastination. It took me a while
Probably
to fill
just
out my
like
form.
sometimes I once read this thing about like human psychology and how like in the process of somebody deciding to do something, there's like little moments in the brain of like our brain will take like basically little mini steps toward a decision, or like without us really saying consciously like I'm gonna do that. We
Hmm.
say, our unconscious brain starts toying around with the idea, kicks it around, and then one day we wake up and we're like, I'm gonna do that. All right,
Yeah,
today's the day. Here we go. So ever since I read that, I kind of stopped with the procrastination thing, only because it's a weird way of like sometimes it can be a weird way of shaming ourselves, and it's just like we're humans, and it's
yeah,
like we're gonna make a decision as fast as we need to make a decision, and here you are
yeah,
earning money online, and that's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because I did the same procrastination when I was signed up for my first triathlon, because I was so nervous about swimming. And my brother, he's an Ironman, and he had always asked me, "Are you going to do a triathlon?" I'm like, "Do you think I can do it?" I mean, I asked him, "Do you think I can do it?" And then I started thinking about the swimming. I mean, I swam and everything, but I never really swam in like open water with a whole bunch of people and not be able to like touch the ground, whatever, in the water.
Yep.
So it took me a couple of years to sign up for that. So I'm glad it didn't take me a couple of years to sign up for affiliate marketing. It took me
Yeah,
probably about eight
totally.
months. So I mean, although to sign up for legendary marketing, I mean, I had actually done a little bit of affiliate marketing in year before this. I mean, it was
Yeah,
just
what
like,
did you done?
so when I was doing direct sales, like towards the end of my direct sales company that I was with, oh, well, just about a month before they told us that they were going to be closing their doors, they introduced us to like they called it the ambassador program. And they
Hmm.
said, well, all you have to do is you'll get your own link, and you're going to share it to, you can share it with your friends and family on social media. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. And they said, there's no sign up fee and you don't have to get inventory. I'm like, well, I'm on board because I hate having to buy stuff. And because I was always buying all this stuff for my direct sales business to sell at vendor events and have on hand for people to see. So I'm like,
Yep.
oh, good, I'll do that. So I signed up for that. And then I also, with the same company, I wasn't thinking about that this one program that there was another thing where I was referring a program and I made money off of that. Um, that was probably 2017 when I signed up for that program. I didn't even think about that being an affiliate program, but I was just looking at their dashboard recently and like, oh, it does say affiliate there.
That's
Here's your
funny.
affiliate links. And so I was sharing about that. And then in
Yep.
um, like May of, I think it was May or yeah, May, right around the same, well, May of 2020. Oh, May of 2020, because I didn't start doing Legendary until a year later. I joined another company. It was just a interchangeable shoe company
Hmm.
as an affiliate. I asked if they had an affiliate program. For some reason, I must have known it was, something. So I signed up for that. But I wish I would have had a course that I would have took that I would have learned all about affiliate marketing
Right.
because there's just some things I would have done differently with some of those. Because for this one shoe company that I signed up with, they I didn't get any sales until like I joined in May or June, and then I didn't get any commissions until like November. And I was every single week I was getting commissions. I was like, wow, this is great. I was just, and then into February, and then all of a sudden they said they were going to be changing their website, whoever hosted their website or whatever,
Okay.
they were changing something with that.
Okay.
And then they told us our links were going to change. And I'm like, I've shared that link to everybody. And I was so mad at myself. I'm like, why didn't I get a domain? Oh, or, if I would have, when I got back
Mm.
and when I learned about affiliate marketing, I'm like, I should have set up a sales funnel so that I could at least have those people still and I could have
Ugh.
like sent them emails. So I was so mad.
Totally,
So,
and that's
yeah.
that's a wow, that was a really good point about why we teach people to build a sales funnel is like
Yeah.
all of your traffic that you're pointing people to, you want to be pointing them to your
Yeah.
own link because I mean, my goodness, if the worst were to happen and let's say the company says, we're going to change or adjust a sales link or we have a new sales funnel to point people to or something like
Yeah.
that or whatever, whatever happens, like that's a biggie.
Yeah, it is. So I was like so mad. So I haven't got any sales since they changed their link because I don't know because anybody that would have used my link that I sent to them, even though it had my name at the end of it, it would just go to their main page. So it just
Wow.
so they're getting all these sales probably from me right now, and so I was kind of mad. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you'd be the first that's happened to.
yeah. So yeah. So I've learned a lot about
Yeah,
sales
heck yeah.
funnels. Yeah.
So you went through the challenge and everything. You started to create some content and feel out like what because there's the whole direct sales angle, right? Where you've
Hmm.
had experience with that. And then you also got now the whole it's almost like a whole different role as like a content creator.
Hmm.
And what's that been like? Starting that, getting on TikTok, getting on Instagram, getting on Pinterest, like
Hmm.
you're on all these different platforms. And I mean, was that tough? Was that easy? What was that like?
Well, I mean, when I first started, I started going on all the platforms at once right away, and then I'm like, okay, it was just getting to be overwhelming at first. I'm like, that's why it might have taken me a little while to start getting like any commissions. But I mean, well, I did get little commissions, but not high ticket. So then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna concentrate on this for a little bit, and then I started adding in, you know, once I figured out how you can like repurpose your TikToks, remove the watermark or whatever and like that, and then I started taking my TikToks to Instagram. And then when I decided to, I mean, I've used Pinterest for a while, but I didn't even think about I think my first Pinterest, I don't think I removed the watermark, but then I started, repurposing my TikTok videos to Pinterest, and then I started just, I created, the person that I signed up with, Michelle, I learned how to, she gave some tips on how to like search, how you should create. I knew of some boards that I wanted to create, but I wasn't really sure. So, how you can use the search box of Pinterest to determine what people are searching for to create Pinterest boards. And
So by
then
that you mean like starting to type in
type,
things and
yeah,
it'll
you start type,
suggest?
yeah, then it'll come up and suggest it. So, I would just pick those.
Cool.
And then I did that. And then I created boards for that. And then I started, I didn't have really a lot of stuff to pin besides my TikTok videos. So I just started repinning people's um, their pins, and I
Mhm.
just learned recently that I got to be really careful when you're pinning stuff. Sometimes you got to make sure you look at it to make sure that you're not pinning something that's going to go right to someone else's sales funnel page.
Mm.
I was like listening to a video, and then it said something about when you are pinning, you got to make sure that you're not like pinning someone's direct link to their sales funnel page or whatever, like pinning, like repinning blogs or something like that. Do that instead. Because I did go back and look at my Pinterest, some of the pins, and it showed me like pinning someone's link tree thing, and like, oh shoot, I got to get rid of those. So I had to go back.
Yep,
You
got
learn.
it.
You learn from your mistakes. So I went back and then just went back and changed, deleted those. I'm like, I got to get rid of those. So I just try to pin, like, I try to be consistent and like pin stuff, like at least 10 things every day. And that,
Wow.
well, not for my, so then I was pinning my TikTok, repurposing my TikTok videos to the idea pins. And
Okay.
then I also made like a little graphic with Canva, and also like did pins like that would take them over to my TikTok page and stuff like that to try to see if I could get some TikTok hits, more
Mm.
views or whatever as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
So yeah.
Wow. That's like a full-blown freaking strategy. I love it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the cool part, so you're doing a lot of your video stuff as a repost on Pinterest, right? Just to be
Hmm.
clear. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like one of the big, so there's a lot of different areas, different ways that people are um growing social channels, but man, do I, when you're creating one piece of content, let's say one or two or three pieces of content a day, I mean, just to quickly remove the watermark off of a TikTok video and go post it
Hmm.
on Pinterest and go post it on Instagram and go post it on
Hmm.
YouTube,
Yeah.
on
YouTube too.
YouTube
I do.
Shorts too,
Yeah.
and just and uh and here's the thing. Here, I want to make one point about this, because there's a couple key pieces to this that I see happen a lot in our community and online. Is people will say things like this. They'll say, "Well, TikTok's kind of died off a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
TikTok's kind of fallen off a little bit from what it was in 2021 or 2020, and the hot thing now is Facebook Reels, right?"
Hmm.
The problem with that is you've got Google with YouTube or Alphabet,
Hmm.
and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and Pinterest, and even there is one on Snapchat too. Um,
Okay.
there's these big five platforms that are huge. I mean, four of them are bigger than Pinterest, but
Hmm.
um, they're always competing to get more attention from you on their
Hmm.
platforms. So the more attention or the more time people spend on it, the more ads they can run, which means they can make more money from paid advertisers. So, what I saw in the last, for instance, in the last 3 days, is I saw some TikTok channels that had been really slow and really dying pick back up all of the sudden.
Hmm.
Just tons of views, tons of traffic, videos that I haven't or people that I haven't seen on my For You page. I saw them again on my For You page for the first time in
Oh.
a long time. I saw a couple of their lives go viral, and I also saw some shadow banned accounts start building followers again.
Okay, maybe
Um,
I should go back to my old account.
well, maybe I saw one that this guy was posting for about 3 or 4 months, just kept posting. He even started a new account, but he kept posting on both. And just
Mhm.
one day he woke up and poof, it was back like it was
Wow.
before.
Mm.
And so I think this whole notion that shadow banned accounts are forever done is not true. But to clarify, if I had a shadow banned account, I would still be going about my other strategies. I just wouldn't
Mhm.
stop doing what I'm doing on that one account.
Oh,
But
okay.
with
Yeah.
these things, my basically my big point is, I see these people, or I see these companies kind of rotating through um, different cycles of virality, and so it's sort of like timing the market. They always say if you try to time the market, you never
Mhm.
time it right. And the same is true with these platforms. And so the big thing to do is to be present on all of them all the
Mhm.
time. So as they go through the cycles, oh, YouTube Shorts is hot. Well, I've already been there waiting for this for 3 months, and now I'm
Mhm.
going to capture it. Oh, now it's Facebook Reels. We had a guy on our mastermind 2, 3 weeks ago who said, I started getting a ton of views on TikTok, but really Facebook Reels is now giving me most of my traffic.
Mhm.
And so he's in these cycles, and then you know what? TikTok's going to get jealous, and they're going to bump their algorithm and see, they're going to
Mhm.
figure something out, and TikTok's going to go through a huge wave again, and it'll just nonstop. But what people in our industry, what marketers tend to do is they say, well, no, it's done. See, it's over, right? I mean, it's
Mhm.
done. Calvin
Yeah.
Hill, he lost his account. It's over. Power of Publish. I mean, he had 1.2 million followers.
Jeez. Wow.
And I said, just wait, he'll get it back. And in 2 weeks he was back.
Wow.
So it's people need to think of these more in cycles and waves rather than sort of just it happened and now it's done. No, it'll
Mhm.
always be happening. So you've got to position yourself. And that's just, I wanted to say that's what I like about, your strategy. You're
Yeah.
killing
Yeah. I was trying to be consistent on all channels. There's a couple times that Instagram I'll forget, and then
it.
because
Yeah.
yeah, so then with the Pinterest account, yeah, you got to be really consistent because there was a couple days that I was kind of slacking. I don't know what was going on in my life that I didn't, because it's easy to repin stuff or to
Right.
Pinterest. I'd be sitting there watching TV and I can just sit there and do that, just on my phone while watching TV or sleeping, falling asleep, whatever.
Right.
Or even sometimes, well, I'm not saying sometimes during my breaks at work. No, um, in case there's anybody on here. So yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Love
So
it.
otherwise during lunch or whatever. And so
Yeah.
I was not as consistent, and then my views started backing off of 1 million. But now I'm like starting. I've been starting to go back up. So I
Yep.
think I was at 400,000 monthly views.
It's
I'm still
crazy.
only at like 2.5K followers, but that's more than what I have on TikTok.
Yeah.
And there's even one of the ones that I reposted from TikTok to Pinterest has almost 500,000 views on it, and on TikTok it
Wow.
had like 100 and 35. I don't remember 135,000. So,
Jeez.
and I'm still getting hits on that because people are still commenting on that video, and I reposted that um a while ago, probably 3 or 4 months ago.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, that whole if you can get into, whether it doesn't really matter what niche or what industry or what you're trying to
Hmm.
promote, if you can get into a good cycle of posting and having a system in place where you know, like most people I think post in TikTok first, remove their watermark from TikTok,
Hmm.
and then just slap it onto all these different platforms. Man,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really powerful. Super
Yeah.
powerful. Has
Yeah.
that been did that come naturally to you, or was it a bit of a struggle, or how did that go when you first got started?
Well, I mean, I had posted to social media for my direct sales business all the time, and I was like, that was one of those things with our direct sales business.
Did you do video content too for that?
Oh no, the only video content I did, it was maybe I did a couple trainings,
Okay.
you know, that I shared with my team and stuff on how to do certain things
Okay,
with
cool.
like Canva and stuff like that.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, I had posted stuff to Facebook, but yeah, never really videos that I don't think I did any live videos hardly.
Cool.
Where I live, actually, the internet is not the best. So right now I'm at my mother-in-law's house. So
Nice.
our internet is not the best, but we're supposed to be getting high speed internet coming up um soon,
Soon.
fiber optics or whatever. Or
Right.
I'm on the waiting list for Starlink actually. So
Okay,
yeah.
cool. How do you get on the waiting list for that? Can I get on the waiting
Um
list for that?
yeah, well I signed up for the waiting list since like February. You just go to yeah. Um you had to pay like
Awesome.
$100 down, and then when they tell you when they target, so they have our area targeted for mid 2022.
Okay.
And so then
Wow.
hopefully that's what it stays at, because it was late 2021 and we were really looking forward to it in November, and then all of a sudden they switched it and I was like, no, don't switch. But yeah, it'll be nice if we get high speed, because I did try to do a live once on, I think I can do live on Facebook okay, but I
Yep.
tried to do a live on TikTok once and it kept kicking me out. I don't
Yeah,
know what was going on. So,
probably the internet thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Wow, cool. This is awesome, man. Uh Jeez. So you're taking it's just so cool. I love, for me, I just love I kind of came from direct sales a little bit when I was
Mm,
like in 19 and 20.
wow,
Like what 19, 20-year-old is in direct sales?
that's bizarre.
Um yes. But I was selling some sort of travel product, and it was really when some of the direct sales started to come online, so it made a little bit more sense.
Hmm.
Like I was not doing like home meetings or anything, but
Oh, yeah.
no, I
Mm,
as I listen to, I don't know, something is captivating and cool to me about the combination of different skills you have and how you've crafted and sort of molded them together to work for you online, and
hmm.
that journey of kind of going through direct sales and being like, okay, that initial sort of feeling you get when you start. Sometimes we forget about that feeling when you
Hmm.
first start online, or you first started like any
Yeah,
sort of direct sales or
yeah,
network marketing or whatever. You're like, oh my gosh, like
yeah.
this is so cool. This is an
Hmm.
outlet for my entrepreneurial thing that I feel like I have inside. And then it develops and shifts, and then you start to stack, not just like, well, I think sometimes the direct sales piece, because I would do
Hmm.
trainings too, but I would do them on
Yeah.
like GoToWebinar or something.
Hmm.
Um, and you start to stack skills and stack skills and stack skills. And then before you know it, it's like where you are right now, which is
Yeah.
like you're now in a place where you're like, wow, I have a lot of like charisma and sort of
Hmm.
okayness with people from direct sales, which that'll give you.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to stack some digital skills on top of all of that.
Hmm.
And before you know it, like you're in this place where you're like, okay, I actually know quite a bit here.
Yeah.
Just by like fumbling around and figuring it out for a couple of years. And now I'm
Hmm.
like, it's for me, it's a cool thing where um, when people have a little bit of like this background and sort of have played around with some things and signed up for different affiliate programs, to come into a
Hmm.
training and get inside of a community of people who are really skilled and are like,
Hmm.
whoa, okay, I can rub shoulders with these people, and like,
Yeah.
I can make a good living online, not just make
Hmm.
like a couple $100 here or there,
Yeah.
that's cool to me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
yeah, I like learning new stuff too. So when new stuff comes out, I'm not afraid. I know some people um are like, no, I don't want to learn that or whatever.
Right.
Even work, I'm like, I don't mind learning new stuff. It's fun
It is
to,
fun.
yeah, it is. You feel like
Yeah.
you're, it's just, I don't know. It's just really fun to learn new stuff.
I agree. We do this training called Decade in a Day every other Friday, and when we get done with it, everybody's usually like, "Oh my gosh, I'm completely overwhelmed. I have no idea what, like, I am so overwhelmed." And I said,
Yeah.
"That's the best feeling in the
Hmm.
world, is knowing that you just tried to consume so much new information, your brain just fried,
Yeah.
and now you're going to go back. It's like the first day of algebra. It's like you walk in and you're like, now we have letters in math. Like,
Yeah.
what? This doesn't compute. And it takes a week or
Yeah.
two to really be like, oh, okay, I understand what's going on here. Now I get it.
Yeah.
And I agree that something, I'm addicted to learning new stuff. Like I love learning new
Yeah.
stuff and feeling like there's a that's like the hierarchy of needs. The top one is like that feeling of growth and a pursuit
Mhm.
of something new and stretching yourself and feeling like you're ultimately climbing to the best version of yourself, I guess. You probably
Yeah.
understand that too, because you do some running and like stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I do running. Yeah. I've been running since high school. I mean, I did cross country, but I wasn't really great, but yeah, with running, yeah, I every time I did like a half marathon, I would get my time would get faster and faster. And so
Yep.
yeah, I would just get better and better each time I did it. So that's why I mean, with the yeah, doing the half Ironman that I did or the triathlons, I always signed up for the next one for the next year. Like I haven't done
Smart.
many races since the pandemic. I
Sure.
was gonna do a half Ironman relay with my sister, and then the pandemic canceled it. And then I was also gonna do like a triathlon, like a shorter triathlon that same weekend myself, because I wanted to see how I improved on my swimming, because
Yeah.
I was really scared about swimming in open water with lots of people, and the
Wow.
the skills that I learned from other people that I was learning how to well, I knew how to swim like I said, but I they gave me some tips like swim on the outside, don't swim with everybody. you
Yeah.
know you don't have to swim with everybody. And that's what I did for my half Ironman. I swam on the outside. I actually put in like I swam extra 400 yards though. I think it was when I looked
Just
at my
because. Oh yeah,
mileage,
yeah.
or 100 yards. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. But yeah, so I wanted to do
Cool.
another triathlon. So now I'm just slowly getting back into shape too. I also was kind of I don't know why I stopped running for a little bit. I was having a lot of injuries, but now I'm kind of slowly going at it a different way. This time I'm actually doing the Couch to 5K program, because
Cool.
I if I normal me would go out and just run, 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 run. I would follow something, but then I would hurt, like I would injure myself for going out so fast.
Yep.
And then I'd be out, for a couple of days. I'd have to wait till I got better. But doing this couch to 5K approach is I'm just increasing my speed every week
Okay.
when I do the running part. So I don't feel like I have any injuries. I'm on like week 4 now. So because
Dang.
I'm doing a race in May. I signed up for a 5K. That's like a hilly race as well. So in May. So
Cool. I
so
just
that's
wanted to
another.
point out like how you I hope everybody who's here just listen to how you talk about your journey and how you think about your running, right? It is so logical. It is so like a process. Like I've
Hmm.
never heard anything described more than what you just described as like a full process.
Yeah.
You sign up for one, you sign up for the next year. Something happens. Well, I don't feel bad. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
make it to this one this year, you know?
Hmm.
But and then think about I contrast that with sometimes when people get into business, like an online
Hmm.
business, and
Yeah.
suddenly like everything is life and death. You know,
The
it's like
same. Yeah.
somehow everything turns into this like urgent life or death, and if you fail or you don't succeed as fast as you wanted, every life is over. There's no grace for yourself at all. There's
Hmm.
no permission to be easy on yourself, right? i
Yeah.
just i it's funny how when you start mixing money into the equation,
Hmm.
things get real fishy.
Yeah.
Our mindset gets all murky, and it's hard to keep clear eyes on where we're going and
Hmm.
what's the end goal here. And I don't know, I thought it was really powerful the way you described something that you've been doing for so long, Because when something's a part of your life that long, I do the same thing with basketball. I played basketball since I was 5 years old. And,
Mhm.
the other day, I actually used to play every day. And I finally just realized, like, 2.5 hours worth of hard cardio, like 5
Yeah.
or 6 days a week, is brutal for my body. And
Mhm.
I'd get to the end of the week and I was completely dead. And I said, like, hey, dude, like, you should take a day or two off. Like,
Yes.
every week, you should just take a
Yeah.
day or two off and chill. And then,
Mhm.
it was just this, like, yeah, totally. But once you get into, like, the business world, suddenly it becomes, I see this with so many business owners. Like, I'm not even just talking about online, but I mean,
Yeah.
just in general. It's like, it is just this cutthroat life or death
Mhm.
thing, which I get. People want to compete, people want to win. That's cool. But I loved how you described that so well, as a process of, uh, and you are, the last thing that really got me was, how engineer minded you are. Like,
Mhm.
you're a systems analyst, so that
Yeah.
makes sense to me. But
Yeah.
you think through things very, with an engineer's mindset. You love learning new things. You love discovering new
Mhm.
processes or efficiencies, which is such a great skill to learn. And is like, that is really actually just the heart of being an
Mhm.
entrepreneur. Is like, you're going to have to figure stuff out you don't know how to do.
Yeah.
And I think if people can shift their mindset from, I need somebody to tell me how to do this, to, I'm going to figure this out. I might
Mhm.
ask some people, but I
Yeah.
need to figure this out too. Like myself, I need to do this. I need to figure it out. I need to get my hands dirty. I think that that's really powerful. Personally, I have so many takeaways from everything you said. I hope
Oh,
everybody else is, like, finding this as powerful as I am. But,
well, that's
um,
good.
for people who are here, I'll give you the last word today.
Okay.
To everybody who's here, and to people who are just getting started, and maybe they're a little scared to post that first video, what would you say to them? Um, and how would you encourage them to get going and just try it out and get started?
Yeah, I just like it's similar to like when I was training for my half Ironman. The one thing that was holding me back was the swimming part. So like if people are
Mm,
like really concerned about doing videos or just getting themselves out there, just do one video or whatever and see how it goes. And I mean, you don't know how it's going to be, or you don't know how it's going to be until you try. So like when
right.
I was doing the half Ironman, or training for like swimming and whatever, I was really nervous, but I put in the work. I know, I just did whatever I needed to do to figure it out.
Yep.
And then I, started practicing what I'm learning, and same as with the affiliate marketing, you know, just start posting out there and then see what works and what doesn't work. And I mean, I've seen a lot of people posting on the Facebook group saying something about, I've been going at this for, I don't know how many weeks they were at it. So I did try to ask them, how many weeks have you been going at this? And they're saying they're not making money. And they're like, I trying to say that it's not like an overnight thing. You just got to give it
Yeah.
time and patience, do the
Yeah.
work, learn the skills, and then just, post your videos. And you got to be, post videos of value, and just take what you learn, and, post it out there, and
Yep.
just don't give up. I mean, that's another thing. That's the thing I always tell myself, don't give up, don't give up. When you think that things are not going well, you just that's another thing. Like if I feel like I need a break, like you were talking about,
Yeah.
I'll take like a day or two just to regenerate, or what do you say? Re-energize myself, just
Yeah.
take a little break. And just, if you feel like it's too overwhelming, you know, just do one thing at a time, like work on one thing at a time. And then
Yep.
just, if you have to re energize yourself, just take a couple, day or two off. And yet, it's not like you're going to miss out on anything. Some people are worried if they don't post every day or whatever, that something's going to happen, that they're going to
Right.
lose sight of them or whatever. But no, that's not the case. You
Yeah.
can take a couple days off. And
Totally.
especially if you maybe batch your content too. I try to do that as well.
Yep.
But
Yeah. Shoot 8-10 videos all at once. Then you
yes.
have them lined up in your drafts folder, and maybe 2 or 3 days you don't feel like posting, or you don't feel like creating a video or something, or maybe you're on vacation and you're just like, I don't want to create them. You can still post them.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, cool, Maria. This was awesome. I have so many gold nuggets from this, and this was really powerful, both
Thanks.
from like a execution standpoint, but also from a mindset standpoint. I love when those things blend together. So it's really cool. And yeah, thank you for coming on the show.
No
If you ever
problem.
need anything, let us know, and keep in touch. We'd love to hear back from you. Shoot us an
Okay.
email and let us know how things are going.
Okay, for sure. Thanks a
Cool.
lot.
Of
Okay.
course.
Have a
See ya.
good day.
All right, guys, I'm going to put her Pinterest. Go follow her on Pinterest. And you know what? I think as I was looking through it, I would go look at like the content she's putting out, what it looks like really start to investigate, because many of you are not on Pinterest still. Pinterest is a great place to go and to discover. I think it's one of the untapped sources. And sometimes when you try out a bunch of different styles of, when you look at TikTok, when you look at Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, all these different things, you start to gravitate towards one or two of them typically. But you can follow people who are skilled and who have started to do this and seen some results. She had a month where she had 1 million views in a month. Think about that. 1 million views in a month, right? That's called getting people's attention. So you can follow at Make Money with Maria on Pinterest. I believe you can also find her on TikTok as well, and some other places. I think the handle is like Make Money Online with Maria on like TikTok, Instagram, and stuff. So it would just be inserting the word online. Basically the same thing though. Probably if you search it, it'll probably pop up. But go give her a follow, and also just let her know, hey, I saw you on the show. This is my favorite part of the show. This is super cool. And we share people's social media stuff so that our whole community can sort of come behind people and help push them forward even further. But also someday this will probably be you on the show. And if you're sitting there and you're like, hey, that's going to be me someday. Well, it probably will be. And we're going to share your stuff. So, kind of build in some good business karma by giving Maria a little shout out. And yeah, we'll be back here again, guys, tomorrow, same time, same place. It's 10 a.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. If you want to get a text message reminder before we go live, or just basically as we're going live, you can text the letters WUL to 813-296-8553. Also, lastly, if you want to get any legendary gear, we have like this shirt here. You can go to belegendary.shop, and it's all like pretty affordable. belegendary.shop, not that expensive, just the cost of a normal price t-shirt. Grab yourself a t-shirt, a beanie, some sweatpants, whatever, and that way when you show up to Wake Up Legendary, you can have your legendary marketer shirt on. So all right, guys, peace out. We'll be back here again tomorrow on Tuesday for another edition with another awesome guest. Peace.